On the occasion of World Intellectual Property Day, the institution's Innovation Council of JIMS Basant Kunj organized essay writing competition on the topic Role of Intellectual Property in Supporting Innovation and Creativity. The participants were given 45 minutes to write their essay. After 45 minutes, the participants have submitted their essays to the judges. We now request the participants to one by one give their views on the topic. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Sanvi and I am from BTA. Today I am going to present an essay on intellectual property rights which encourages innovation and creativity. Intellectual property refers to the intangible creation of human intellect which ultimately maintains a good competition in the world, and it creates a fair it helps in adding the market value of the investors, and it insists the people to think out of the box, which ultimately enhances their creativity and innovation. Also, intellectual property is a reward for the hardworking and talented investors, whereas it is also a punishment for the cheaters who actually use unfair means to create the things which are already introduced in the market. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Arnav. Good afternoon. My name is Arnav. I am from BC second M. Topic is intellectual property and its usage in creation and innovation. But I think the creation and innovation is just an improvement in the already existing intellectual property. We cannot create anything. We're just improving and combining things. Like the technology needed for space travel. If we say the numbers are needed, it's just we use digits and the same things again and again, but in a different way. So intellectual property is just increasing, but it's not creating something new. It's just improving.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, good afternoon. I am Saurabh from BCA, and to start it all, both government bodies and business bodies are inclined to make economically profitable inventions and innovations. The other thing is these intellectual rights are designed to secure these inventions, these innovations, but it may seem counterintuitive to limit these innovations to a certain group of people, certain bodies. So it may seem counterintuitive, but there is a catch. Now, if a business creates an innovation and creates a patent for the innovation, now these businesses have the obligation legal rights to create the innovation into a commercial project, a business which is profitable. Now this will result in surge of funds, surge of resources to these businesses, and now these businesses can focus more on improving the innovation, and they can unleash all of their creativity into that simple problem. Now this will result in benefit of public only, because now public can enjoy more benefits from businesses, more better products, and the businesses can enjoy more better profitability. That's the first point I would like to bring forth in favor of IPRs, intellectual property rights. The second point will be the protection of creative arts such as music, artworks, pictures, photos, photography, and all these things are secured in a vault using IPRs. So these cannot be sold online. We have many websites like Shutterstocks and Upstocks which actually hold the rights to actually legally invite anyone to the court if you are using their property without their consent. So these IPRs actually profits the original creators so that they can actually enjoy the benefits of creating something of their own. That's why IPR I think is most important. Thank you.
My name is Vani, and today I am going to present my views on the topic intellectual property for innovation and creativity. So my views according to them are the fact that intellectual property has to be there so that we as a creator and artist create what we want, and at the same time secure our art and music and everything we create. patent basically is important for creating something that is our own idea, and thought process went into it, and everything that went into it. At the same time, it is required for the things that we did, and we will secure them and for future use. And for example, the COVID vaccine which was created has been patented to the company that created the vaccine, so that nobody else creates it for a time being, for the limited time being. So that is very important, so that the company which actually went and put efforts into it gets profit from whatever they are doing. So that's it. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone, my name is Dipali Jain from the BCA department, and I am here to talk about the role of intellectual property in supporting innovation and creativity. As we say, a creative mind leads to a great innovation. For that we need the creative freedom, that is intellectual property rights in the form of patents, trademarks or copyrights. Intellectual property is something, it is an intangible form, like books, movies, documentaries. We get ideas, knowledge from it, and that will lead to innovation. For example, we can take a sandwich recipe only, like to make it, we should know that how to make this recipe, and after that we can innovate it in the form of our taste or preferences. So this innovation will leads to the creativity of a person in intellectual property. And intellectual property is something big companies, businessmen also use in the form of patents we use. And we can also take example of something like a musician or something. In their day-to-day lives they create a new song. If they knew the lyrics of it, we can improvise it further, which leads to innovation. Intellectual property is something we can make it in a physical form, in the form of innovation, like a young minds. Government has also released many programs such as Smart India Hackathon and other startup programs to innovate new things. This is your intellectual property. Thank you.
One.
Good afternoon. Hi, myself Shivam Maurya. Today I'll be giving views on the role of intellectual property when supporting innovations and creativity. So let's get the idea what intellectual property is. So intellectual property is basically, it refers to the creation and work such as your design work, artistic work, music, and such all those works comes under intellectual property. And for and how it helps in our how it helps to in the role of innovation and the creativity, that it gives the challenge to the young minds that the work that the work they have to create should be out of ordinary and should not be copied or anything such thing. So it's a very nice way, or I would say a very creative way to present something where you use every kind of possibility that there is to create something innovative and creative. And there are some rights to intellectual properties such as trademark, copyrights, and we have trade secret and patent. So these are some rights which protects the user and lets them hold their work to themselves without any unfair use, such as nobody other than the individual himself can interfere or modify the work that they have done. So it has really helped all around the world to create new things and every year. So this way it is one of the healthy competitions and that the government is trying to create, and with this a lot of new creative things are being produced.
Good afternoon. My name is Preeti and I'm from BBA Morning. The topic which was given to us was the role of intellectual property rights in supporting creativity and innovation. Basically, intellectual property rights are they are basically the fruit of inventiveness and creativeness, which are like people generate their ideas, and due to experimentation they bring up new ideas and new thoughts, and they put up into I think, and generate a different horizon of themes, or maybe, like for example, a research or doing an experiment, and out of which we create a new product. For example, in the corporate world, they do, like the companies which are coming up, they spend their money into the research and development, whereas by not putting into a plant, or spending on machines or any other thing, then they put those into research and development, and from that they produce new products which can be later help them into lead into the market of their horizon. And basically, intellectual property rights can be protected by copyright or patents, trademarks, or geographical tagging. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you all of you. It's very nice presentation by all of you, and nice efforts done by you. So I think you should work on more about it when you need little bit more practice. What is trademark and what is patent, and you have to focus points wise. So what is, first you have to explain what is trademark, then you have to explain patent. So all these things are needed. Okay. So all the best for the next time. Thank you.
And I take this opportunity to thank the Institution's Innovation Council of GIMS Vasantkunj for organizing such events for the students that make them more aware of what is happening around us. And I also thank Dr. Sonal Kanundo for taking out her time for being the judge of the event. Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you everybody, all the participants, for participating and making this event happen. Thank you.
Thank you.